body, speech, and mind held in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow.
Ba nghiệp lắng thanh tịnh, gửi lòng theo tiếng chuông. Nguyện người nghe tỉnh thức, vượt thoát nẻo đau buồn.
Good morning, my dear brothers, sisters, and friends. Today is Sunday, the 10th of July 2016. We're having our weekly session. How are you this morning? Thank you for coming to our weekly service. Every day, at least we have a few minutes to look at the mirror, to reflect our face and make sure our face look clean, nice before we go out. This is something we do regularly. It's become our regular routine. Even I know that some of the ladies, they have a small mirror in their purse. So once a while they take out the mirror and they look at their face and to see everything look okay. It means that we all like the beauty. We always want us to look beautiful. And we want other people to look at us with a beautiful way. We always like to wear nice clothes. We like to do nice hairstyle. We want to make up and always want us to look good. Even before we go to bed, we brush our teeth. We wash our face with a kind of soap, make sure our skin is nice, clean, and then we put on some cream so we can look younger. And we always want us to look beauty. There is nothing wrong with that. That is one of the things that we have to do every day to make sure we look nice when we go out. But that is the mirror, that is the time that we reflect and make the outside, the body look nice, the face look nice. But what can we do to make our inside also, the balance is nice the same? And that is the time we meditate or the time we pray. In Buddhist practice, praying doesn't mean we ask the Buddha for something. In Buddhist practice, praying is the time for us to reflect on the words that taught by the Buddha. So, and make sure all the words become a beautiful mirror to reflect ourselves. How have we lived and what have we done to make ourselves nice and make sure people around us feel comfortable when they hang around with us. We always want to attract people. We want people to feel comfortable when they get along beside with us. Then we have to have the way how to make us beautiful. We have the mirror to reflect our face to make sure our face look nice. Even as a monk, we try to live as simple as we can. That's why we shave our head. So that means you reduce the time that to worry for your hair. But even when you shave your head, you have to make sure your whole head clean, shaved. You cannot shave and some hair still on your head. So what we do is we have to use this hand. When I shave my head, I use this one to shave it, and this hand I try to move around and to see whether it's still some hair. And make sure we look at the mirror to see everything clean before we walk out. So even you shave your head, but you still want to make sure that everything done perfectly. Then what about our daily life? How we talk to each other, how we behave to each other, and how we cultivate our thinking, our thoughts every day. And this is the purpose of our daily practice. We cultivate the practicing doesn't mean we wait until we die, we go to heaven to meet Buddha. But we have to make sure we truly having peace and happiness right in this present moment. So when every week when you come to the temple, you open the chanting book and you pray. Please understanding that all the words in this text, every single word is a beautiful mirror. Every single sentence, every single line become very practical for ourselves. For example, I realize that I have full of happiness. My eyes still can see, my ears still can hear, my nose still can smell, my tongue still can taste, my hands still healthy, so I can touch, I can feel. This is a pleasure. This is a happiness. This is great. What else we want? Happiness is right in our hand. So we used to say, there is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. What is meant by happiness is the way? We already have. As the question for us is, do we know how to enjoy? Sometimes we drink coffee or we drink tea. And we will ask the question, is tea tasty? Of course. The tea is tasty, the coffee is tasty, the cookie is tasty. But the question for us is, are we ready to enjoy them? They are already there to serve us. But the question for us is, are you ready to enjoy? This is the key of happiness. We always have a very strong habit. We never stay in one place. Let's say I'm waiting to go to temple. But once we arrive to the temple, our mind starts to run. I'm waiting for shopping. Once we are at the shopping, our mind starts to run to another place. So very rarely that we bring the mind and the body in the same place. So when we do the praying, make sure we understand the meaning of it. I pray because I want to remind myself, I want to inform myself all the teachings of the Buddha more strongly each day, so I can memorize the words of the Buddha, so I can practice daily. I truly cultivate and gaining happiness. If you take time to read back the text that we use every week, and you can see that very practical. Very practical. When let's say one of the sentences we just read. With determination, we shall realize learning, reflecting, and practice. Right view will be the basics for all action, body, speech, and mind. When we look, make sure we look with our right view. When we talk, make sure we talk with the right speech. When we think, make sure we think with the right thoughts. So once we cultivate the right in us, then we will have the right view, right thought, and right speech. This is what we call mindfulness. We meditate in order to calm ourselves. And once the body is calm, we will use calm speech, calm action. And people will feel more comfortable when they get along with us. So the prayer, the text, will be a beautiful mirror to reflect to our mind. We have the mirror to reflect our face. Let's use the teachings of the Buddha to become the mirror to reflect ourselves, our mind. How have we done? How have we lived? Sometimes we're willing to be a bodhisattva with someone who is poor and homeless. But we will bargain even a penny with a seller. We're willing to give $5 to someone who needs, but when we go to shopping, grocery, we have to bargain. If we park at some parking meter, we look at somebody already installed the money there, still $1 extra. We're so happy because we park there without any payment. But the next time when our turn, we pay, we feel bad because we put a little bit more. If we know that, I realize that if I do not need that much time, I will not put that much money. Somebody will come in and use the extra. If somebody ready there, then we're willing to use it. But for us, we're not sharing with anyone. So today, let's remind ourselves another meaning of the word pray. So make sure we understand the word. Praying in Buddhism. Of course, in the sentence, sometimes we say, Buddha, may you bless us, bring us to the right, to the shore. But all of these words will become the beautiful mirror to help us to reflect ourselves. Our mind need to train a lot. We need to train our mind a lot. That's why we need to sit down quietly at least 5 or 10 minutes every day. Make sure we train our mind. When the greed arises, then we know how to taming. That's why when we go to buffet, of course we pay for the buffet. But make sure you take enough to feed you. Not because it's free. You're free to take, then you take a lot, and you cannot finish them, you throw them in the garbage, you waste it. If there is all right, you can come back 100 times, not a problem. Then why don't we try a little bit first, then see what we like, we can come back. Why we need to take a lot, and then we cannot take it, we cannot eat it, we throw it away. And we do it regularly. Nobody will say anything, but we train ourselves become a bad habit. Sometimes in this life, you do something, nobody dare to correct you. But if you do not realize it's wrong, you keep doing it, you just make yourself look ugly. We just make ourselves become a very negative energy. Then people, they don't say anything, but the way they look at us, they don't have any good feeling about us. When they talk about us, they have no good words to express about us. So of course in this, we have a freedom, this is a freedom country. You can do anything you want. You can say anything, but make sure we say something that's not hurting anyone. Freedom doesn't mean we can do whatever. But if we have mindfulness, we will carefully doing something, saying something to make people feel comfortable with that. And that is the main thing of our practice. We come to the temple. For what? For training our mind. We come to temple, we meet a lot of people, different background, different way of actions, different way to behave. But every way of each person is a lecture for us to learn. It's a chance for us to reflect ourselves, how to live. Sometimes you meet people, very hard to deal. But who knows, that person will become a person who give you a lecture of patience. So I hope that every week you try your best, take your time, sit down, and wholeheartedly doing the praying. And once you can read and chant wholeheartedly, you will receive the message here. Wow, these are all the beautiful words. Give us a lot of insight, lot of wisdom, lots of reflecting. This life, what do we need for life? Reflecting. If we have a little bit chance and time to reflect ourselves, we bring a lot of joyful and a lot of happiness for people around us and for ourselves too. That is the thing that your mother never liked. Why you keep doing it? And every time when you do it, your mom yell at you. And you will say, Mom, why you always yell at me? You don't want your mom to yell at you, then doing something different. So to make sure she's happy when she sees it. Sometimes as husband and wife, we stay together. But we never care what the other people feel. That's not right. We have to watch out. We have to pay attention how they feel, what they like, in order to satisfy them, in order to make each other happy. And the more happy we have, the longer we can stay together. So this life, we need understanding a lot. No understanding, no love. And the more we love, the more we understanding. And these are the clue, these are the key, these are the aspects to bring us together longer. Even we are the monastics. We come from different family. We stay in the temple, we stay in the monastery as a group, as a community. Then each of us need to cultivate understanding and love. Each of us need to reflect what we have done for the day. Do we make sure we bring happiness to our community each day? We cannot say, I don't care, this is who am I. I don't care what people think about me. Yeah, it's all right to do that, but not beautiful. You can say, oh, I don't care what people look at me. This is how I like my face. You like to make your face look nice, then make the mind look nice also. Thank you so much for your time and your listening.